It's all about sweat equity, the coach getting his workout in and getting ready to wrap up the season against Waynesburg. But first, Westminster put up 50 plus. As always, the script early on, okay, but then it just got away from you, Coach.
Yeah, I'll try to put that behind us, Rob. Appreciate for bringing it up. But for all you listeners, that game was played last Saturday, 24-hour rule. By Saturday night, we're on to Waynesburg.
All right, so let's talk about Waynesburg. You could end up 5-5 on the season, and I think going in, we would like a little more, but I definitely would be happy with that. Great rivalry here. Two incredible historic programs, especially at this level. And it's one to end the season midway through November that I think the fans will appreciate.
I hope so. They're 4-5 like we are, and they're going to want to get to 500. That's a goal for any team, and especially for us who, got a lot of great young kids playing, got a lot of guys with some injuries. And we play in a great league. We do. Our conference is probably going to put 3 teams in the national playoffs, that's just unheard of.
Talk about this part of the Matheny Fieldhouse and a little bit of the history behind it. I have been everywhere at this campus, but believe it or not, I have never been here.
This is a special place. It's pretty antiquated for a reason.
You like it that way.
There's no mirrors. There's one way in, one way out. It's called the pit. Our guys sweat. They work like crazy here. I must have replaced the weights here. I don't know how many times. Over the years, but it's ours. We take ownership of it, and
So the reason I bring it up, once this game is behind you, you look ahead. And one of the phrases that they have on the door going out, burn the ship. The bottom line is, we're here to stay.
Yeah, we're here.
So we just have to get stronger, bigger, faster. And I like the fact that you were passing the football with some success this year, but I still love your offensive mind of ground and pound and that triple thing that you've been doing forever. So when you're looking for athletes or promoting the fact that you'd like some athletes to look in, and I have been all over Western Pennsylvania, Eastern Ohio throughout this football season, and I've been promoting Geneva College as maybe a good stop for some of these athletes who really want to have an opportunity to get a faith-based education, a degree that matters, that will get you somewhere post your football career, but more importantly, to play in a historic program. Believe it or not, even though he's been here for 3 decades, they've been playing football at this wonderful college long before he and I ever showed up here on College Hill. Rich history here, Coach.
Yes, and today's 18-year-old is looking for more than history. They really are. They're looking for the same things. Everything is it's the same as what we were coming out of high school. It's just different, shinier, brighter. These kids want bigger facilities. They want this, that, and the other. What we're looking for the kid that would actually love to come down. And when they walk into the pit and see this place, they're like, yeah, I kind of want to live here for the next 4 years. This is the epitome of Geneva football. This is tough. This is grind it out. This is perseverance. This is finish what you start. This is, when it talks about burn the ship, just talking about everything that you have to put into it. And that's just not lifting. It's obviously football, it's life, it's your relationship with the Lord. It's what you do for society. It's the whole thing. I mean, there's no other way to live life. You've done it your whole life, Well,
let me tell you when my life changed, and this is a fact. And I know you've all been writing the script. I haven't got any pages. I'm just the actor in this play that's been going on for a long time. But it's Christmas, 1976. 3 people connected to Beaver County go to a movie theater. One is John Manzetti, who, of course, is the guy, lives in Chippewa, graduated from here, did incredible things in the business world. And the other part of that trio, a guy by the name of Joe Hogan. Joe Hogan, Invisalign, a man that I love like a brother from another mother. We go see a movie called Rocky. I had no idea where I was going. Wasn't a great athlete, wasn't a great student, but I loved entertainment and I loved boxing. And it wasn't because it was the glitz and glamour. It was about the dungeon, the pit,
what
burning
it
the
is.
ship. You know, where the cobwebs just made you want to breathe fresh air, but you knew you had to work to get outside.
Yeah, you're going to have to wait for a little bit because, if you look.
Bottom line is this. I don't wait for anything anymore. The bottom line is
Breathe it
this.
in, brother. Breathe it in.
The bottom line is it changed my life forever.
Yeah.
It made me believe that I could overcome anything. So what I ended up doing in a garage, Galbraithton Heights, with the ceiling just barely 6 foot. So the speed bag basically was drilled into the rafters, as was the heavy bag. And the heat would get intense and the cold was bitter until my knuckles bled. And you can ask Mark Nemisak this, another mutual friend. I just trained and I just kept believing. And I kept saying, I'm going to do this. And when I was rejected time and time again, I just kept getting back into the workout gear, went back into that garage, and just got nasty. And finally, one day, I got the opportunity. But as places like this make you, you only want more. So no matter where I've gone in my life, it's always been about the memory of that movie, that Christmas, that first gym to where I'm now. And one of the reasons why most of the videos that I do to this day are in that basement of a house that was built in 1918 in Monaco. Finally getting a fresh coat of paint, finally fixing up the studio. But the 10 plus years that I spent with those cobwebs and spiders, it made me, I think, a better person. So every once in a while, coach, you got to step back to go forward. So what I'm trying to say to all of these student athletes, come to the pit, and I think you'll understand good things are on the outside of this door once you put the work in inside the pit.
Everybody wants to win on game day. Not everybody wants to put the time in. It's 6 a.m. in January, February, down here sweating with a bunch of other guys to make the investment to win. And I think that teaches our young guys an incredible lesson of what life's about. You have to make investments. Nothing comes easy. It doesn't. It doesn't come easy. That's kind of like why we've left this place the way it is. You wouldn't know this, but back in the day when this place was built, the walls in this thing are so thick that, back in the days when we were in
Craftsmanship.
Well, that too, but I'm just saying back in the days like when, you get a siren going on or people would be trained to go into a bomb shelter back in the day, this would be the place that people would come because it's so fortified. For us and for our football guys, this is abnormal for today's athlete. It's abnormal for today's
Even if
18, 19, 20-year-old.
Even if you would get some major company to step in and make a major contribution, I think you would maybe refurbish this, but you wouldn't leave this. I think
No, this is what we do. This is part of it. It's the pit. There's just, you know what? You have to be part of it. You have to experience it. You have to come in here and see how these guys work and how they fight through failure, how they continue to persevere to get some sort of success, how they work with each other. You have to experience personally. I mean, you have to come down here. This is,
but what I noticed from that bird's nest looking down into the pit through the glass, you were going about your business by yourself. And I know you've been doing this for a long time. What has this place meant to you as a coach?
what, this place right here?
Yeah, the pit.
Oh, other than the field. Now this may be more of a sanctuary, if you will. And I don't mean that in a non-religious sense or irreligious sense, but this is where I want to go. Like when stuff's going on, this is where you got to come.
Well, it's a good place.
Even though my speed bag is
Prayer. We'll get you a
broke down,
speed bag.
and my music is broken.
We'll get that fixed.
And what else we got going on? We're all right though. We're gonna be fine.
Well, and by the way, all you need to do is play Ramblin' Man or something from the Allman Brothers, and he's okay. Listen, before I let you go, this season, looking back, obviously a stepping stone, but moving forward, what do you really have to focus on in the off season to get better with this program? Because you've got some football life ahead of you for sure. And I know you want to leave this place on a solid foundation, not for a while, but when he does. So what do you got to really seek out?
I got to tell you, Rob, I cannot answer that question. My mind won't let me answer that question.
To get by Waynesburg.
We have to get this game. I mean, they're playing well. They're going to try to run the ball down our throat. You know, it's going to be a game nobody's going to know about because we're both 4-5, and not going to mean a whole lot to a lot of people, but it's going to mean a whole heck of a lot to the guys, you know, wearing a GT on the side of their helmet, because we need to do this. We need to finish strong. Every team that we have had here, the whole idea is learning how to finish, how to run through the finish line properly. And it's a lesson that all of us in life need to learn.
All right, so why don't we do this then? A week from today, same time, same place, we'll come back and do one more to wrap up the season.
You got it, man. Bring your
speed bag.
Bring your sweatshirt.
All right. Yeah, right.
Yeah.
You and Ray Pruitt. Ray Pruitt, if you've never met Ray Pruitt, my man from Rhino Productions, where we did a lot of work together back in the day. He reminds me of Franco Columbo. You remember Franco?
He is Franco Columbo.
Well, the thing that I loved about Franco Columbo, who was Arnold's training mate forever, and I actually respect Arnold and Lou and all those guys, Dave Draper, but I had a special place in my heart for Franco, obviously being Italian. But he was a chiropractor. Did you know that?
No, I didn't know that. You know what? That whole weight, that sort of weightlifting, that's
not you.
No, that's not me.
That's Ray Pruitt.
That's Ray. I mean, not me. This is
the other thing, and I'm going to leave you with what I love about this place. Because I have this thing I do called radio and audio and sound. The great Enrico Caruso, who was an amazing opera singer, right there with Pavarotti, could reach a high C note without having to build up to it. Never used a microphone because these places were so incredibly acoustically sound that he was able to perform with that voice. And anybody, even in the balcony, the furthest seat from the stage, could hear him. And I've often said, when I speak, I want to be Caruso. So I like the ambiance here.
Enrique Caruso?
Yeah, Enrico. Yeah, get it right now.
Enrico Caruso never lifted weights down here.
No.
I don't even know who Enrico is.
Can I ask you something?
I know who Enrico Palazzo is. That was a great movie.
I always wanted to lift a little, and I do.
Next Wednesday, you turn in because we're going to have a little lifting session.
How do you do that?
What do you mean? How do you do it?
How do you start?
You pick up a rock when you're a kid and just say, "I'm going to pick it up." That's all. It's not that big of a deal. Although there is a science to it, and there's a lot of guys that understand the science, not me. It's just get down here and it's kind of about how much can you take? Can you beat yourself up enough and then walk out of here?
Hey, look.
So next Wednesday, you be here. Hopefully, I'll survive this game, and you're here. I don't want you walking in with this. You need, even if you could. If you want to walk in with your Rocky shirt, all this.
No.
If you want to bring your Rocky thing with him, the whole Rocky thing, yeah. If you want that, that's fine. That's good.
Listen, I think Sylvester Stallone could teach you a few things about lifting weights.
Who? Him?
Yeah.
I think I'll just leave it at this.
Guess what we all have in common?
I never did chemistry.
Yeah, I barely got through chemistry.
No. In weightlifting.
Oh, okay. But remember what we all have in common. That higher power. So keep the faith.
Oh, yeah. The Lord and I have had many talks here. Or actually, he talks to me. Sometimes I listen.
Geno DeMarco, Waynesburg, this week. We need a win. Have a great day.
Oh, big time. Thank you, brother. That's awesome. Awesome.